What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of This Call May Be Recorded. I am your host, Zach Garside. I'm the director of marketing here at Power Selling Pros. When I go to industry events and trade shows, I wear a broken Apple Watch so that people will respect me and think that I'm older. And, that's me. Thank you for attending today. We're grateful to have everybody who joins and watches the show regularly. We're going to be doing this every single Friday, my friends. So make sure that you attend. Today, I've got six phone calls for us to listen to. Before I start playing those calls, I want you to hit the comments. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And I work from home, everybody. I have 3 kids. I try my best to soundproof the office. But if you hear the occasional cry or happy or sad child from some other place in the house, I ask for your forgiveness and patience, and I appreciate it very, very much. So without further ado, let me know where you're tuning in from in the comment section. Love to see where our listeners are coming from. And I've got 6 phone calls to listen to with you all today. This is the show where we listen to customer service calls and coach them up live for you to see what your calls should sound like. So without further ado, let's listen to phone call number 1. Here we go.
Thank you for speaking. How can I help you?
Yes, ma'am. Do y'all service the Seneca area?
Yes, ma'am. We do.
I need some plumbing moved as of like washing machines from one side of the wall to the other side of the wall. Could y'all possibly do that?
We can definitely can. Give me just a second.
Okay.
And can I get the address, please, ma'am? You did say East Cape.
Cape Wood.
Can you spell that for me, please?
CATEWOOD.
Okay, let me pause this for a sec.
And the zip code, please.
So, first things first, this phone call is a transaction. That's it. There's no experience here. There's no relationship, no connection. There's no interest in what the customer is going through. This is purely transactional, what we are listening to right now. There's also lots of dead air. There's very little energy. I talk about this several times. This may be the 4th or 5th time I've said this on this show. But we live in a world where if the customer wanted to, they could just book online. They could fill out a form. They don't actually have to speak with you if they don't want to. There are plenty of alternatives to calling a company and speaking to a representative on the phone. And yet they continue to call. They continue to get on the phone and speak to a human being about their problem. And I think that's telling. I think that's telling because it shows us that customers still want another person to take ownership of their problem, to be responsible, to show an interest and genuine empathy in what's going on. So if we're going to talk to customers on the phone, if we're going to take those calls, we've got to treat them like they're human beings. We got to build a relationship. We cannot just treat it like we're a form, like we're a robot. You know, what's your address? What's your phone number? What's your email address? Okay, I have an available appointment at 2:00. Can I book that? A robot can do all that stuff. Care, serve, reassure the customer. Let them know you're here to help and that you're going to take ownership of their problem. That is the advice I would give the CSR who took that particular phone call right there. Let's listen to another one. Here we go.
Thank you for calling Heating and Cooling. This is Lee. How may I help you?
Yeah, hi. I was calling to set up a time for someone to come and take a look and give us a quote for a new HVAC and some ductwork.
Oh, okay, great. Well, we can definitely get that set up for you. Who am I speaking with?
This is,
Okay, perfect. Well, yeah, we can definitely get that set up. So you're wanting to get an estimate on replacing a system and some ductwork?
yeah, we've got I think it's a 13 and 14-year-old system.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
So this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. She reassured the customer twice so far in just, how many seconds are we in here? In just 32 seconds, she has said 2 times, we can definitely help. Yes, we can definitely help with that. And now she's asking about the problem. She's restating the customer situation back to him in her own words. She's showing a genuine interest. When he said it's a 14-year-old unit, she said, oh, okay. Right? She's reacting to each thing that he says. Let's keep listening.
Some issues with our ductwork. So it's a 2-story house, but the second story has all new stuff. So it's really just the first floor.
Gotcha.
It's 1,100 square feet. Just needs to be looked at thoroughly and tell us what we got to do here to get it set up.
Of course. Well, yeah, we can definitely help that. And that was a question I was going to ask. So this is for that first floor system. And is it currently working right now? Just looking to see about
It is
getting everything.
working.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still working. It seems a little bit.
The interest and the curiosity is very
It
good.
seems like it's not perfect. It's kind of like glass leg, but
Gotcha.
it's still
gotcha.
technically working. It's been pretty easy though, because it's obviously perfect temperature to not have to use HVAC right now.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. It's been so mild lately. Well, yeah, we can
Relates
definitely
to the
get that set up
customer,
for you.
validates him.
Come out there for you. Now, as far as availability,
definitely
when were
come
you
out.
looking to have someone come out to go over the recommendations for you?
Love that.
As
Love
soon
that.
as you could.
So now we're transitioning from this phase in the call where we listen and build a connection, right? She's been asking all these questions, empathizing, validating his concerns. And now she's moving over to the actual transaction of booking it. And she does that by asking, when were you hoping to get somebody out there? It's a beautiful transition. Let's keep listening.
We're someone's here almost all the time, my wife and myself.
Oh, okay.
So
Perfect. Yeah. Well, we can definitely get that set up. Now, let's see here.
That's the 4th time in this call. It's only been 1 minute and 37 seconds, but 4 times she has told the customer, we can definitely help. You can never reassure the customer too many times.
Here, have we been to your home before in the past?
no, you haven't actually. A friend of mine.
Now, okay, again, we're 1 minute and 40 seconds into the call. Now she's getting the logistic information: phone number, address, email. Have we ever worked with you before? Where are you located? All this stuff she now can do because she first listened to the customer. She made sure to understand his problem before she started asking him for stuff. That is a key mistake that so many CSRs make, is we try to get information from the customer before we even give them our attention. And usually the rationale is, well, because my software requires it. The CRM that we're using, we have to put the customer's information and address in first before we can do anything. That's a software flaw, in my opinion. Software should not do that. Software should optimize for customer experience, not just efficiency. It's possible to do both. So reach out to your software company, see if they can make a change for you. But regardless, how long does it take to really show a customer you're listening to them? 30 seconds, 40 seconds? You are not going to lose productivity by showing your customer you listen to them before you start asking where they're located. Let's keep listening.
You guys.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. Well, great. Well, yeah, what I can do is let me get your information taken down, and then we can get you set up to come up there and go over our recommendations. Can you spell your last name for me? Perfect. And your address? All right. Is that Charlotte?
Yes.
Okay. And the zip code? Perfect. And what would be the best telephone number to reach you on? All right. And do you have an email address? They can email you the proposal once they've come out.
Yep. It's at gmail.com.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right. And do you mind me asking who referred you? We like to send thank you letters for those.
Yeah.
Okay, I absolutely love that. Can I ask who referred you to us today? Notice how she didn't say, how did you hear about us? She said, who can I thank for referring you to us today? This is a brilliant question, because what it does is, number one, it helps you identify the lead source. But number two, it also pre-frames that customer to refer you to others. By saying, who do I have to thank for referring you to us today? You are letting that customer know, hey, we get referrals. People send their friends here all the time. Who sent you here? It enhances the reputation of the company to ask it that way. So brilliant question there by the CSR. This is a perfect phone call so far. I mean, I'm not seeing really much of anything that I would give feedback on. But let's hear how it goes. We got 2 more minutes on it.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, let's see here. Let me see if we can. I was going to see if we had been out there before. were to do an estimate for him, we do try to get the same comfort.
You guys put in a
specialist
new
out there.
system for him.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, let's see who that was. That way we can get the same.
So the customer who referred him got a new
Yeah.
system.
All right.
That's impressive.
Mike. Yeah, we did put the system in.
Okay,
let's
so
see, that was
I
awesome.
ju-
Okay, so
I
let me
just
take
skipped
a-
forward about 15 seconds and there's a lot of dead air here. That's something I might give the CSR feedback on. I would say when you are looking up information in your system, tell the customer what you're doing. Say, hey, thank you so much for your patience, Mr. Jones. Right now, I'm just looking in our system for the person who referred you to us so I can give them some credit. Let them know what's going on so that they're not sitting there wondering, are they requesting help? Are they lost? Are they confused? Do I need to say something? Put the customer at ease. Take control.
take a look here and see what we've got available for me. And of course, we'll see if that'll work for your schedule as well here. So let's see here. Okay, we could do tomorrow. We could do a 9 a.m. if that would work for you. And he has a 3 p.m. as well.
I think tomorrow at 9 would be good.
Tomorrow, okay, so perfect. So tomorrow is the 30th, and that's going to be at 9 a.m. Awesome, and I'll get that set up with Zen. He's great.
Okay.
He's one of our system design specialists, probably one of our most requested.
So here's what's amazing. We're 3 minutes and 40 seconds in here. She has listened to the customer, built a relationship, reassured him numerous times that she can help, asked when he wants somebody out there, gotten all his information, and now she's about to book the appointment. There's a lot there. And you know what she hasn't even done yet? She hasn't talked about the price. 3 minutes and 46 seconds in, the price has never come up. This is what you should strive for on all of your phone calls. The price comes last. Why? It's not because we're delaying the price. Do not mistake me here. A lot of people will hear that and think, well, the customer wants the price, so let's just be transparent and upfront with it. No, if I go to the dentist and ask him, hey, doc, how much is it going to cost to get this cavity out of my mouth? That doctor's going to look at me like, well, how big is the cavity? Are we dealing with a root canal? Are there multiple cavities? Is it in between teeth? Is it on top of teeth? There's so many things to know. Tell me more about the situation first. That's the approach we take to talking about price. We always talk about their problem first. We try to find a solution and book them an appointment first. And then at the very end of the call, I'll build value and sell how our company works before I present any kind of pricing. Pricing always comes last. If the customer asks you for pricing at the beginning of the call, you simply say, well, tell me more about your situation. What's going on? Always talk about price last. Again, we're 3 minutes and 46 seconds into this call. The CSR has not even mentioned the price. Let's hear how she presents it.
So we'll definitely get him set up to come out there for you. And what he'll do is he'll come out, take a look at the system, and of course, go over his recommendations for you. He'll do a load calculation, make sure, we're replacing it with the correct size and tonnage, and of course, go over any comfort needs or concerns you may be looking into as far as for a new system. So he'll definitely get out there and go over those recommendations. It is a free, no obligation estimate. So he'll come out, do his recommendations, and then he can email you the proposal. And of course, go over any questions. There's some great rebates and financing options that he can always go over with you if you're interested in those. And then just a little bit about us. We've been in business here since 2002, so definitely in good hands. We'll be able to come out there for you and
Look at
go
all
over
that
those
value.
recommendations for replacement.
Awesome. Where are you guys
Awesome.
located?
Perfect. We're in Matthews,
Awesome.
North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're in Matthews, of course, service, all surrounding areas, but our office is in Matthews.
Right on. Okay. Good deal.
Awesome. Perfect. Well, that sounds great. Well, I have got you set up here for tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
All right. Appreciate it. Have a good
Of
one.
course. Well, we appreciate you too. Have a great day.
Yep. You too. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
4 minutes, 55 seconds. The price did not get brought up even once. It never factored in, ever. That is amazing. Now, to be fair, don't get me wrong. Please don't get me wrong here. If I was a CSR, I would have presented the price at the end there. After she gave that big build value statement where she told him about the technician, the company's reputation, how long we've been in business, the thoroughness of the inspection and options that we're going to provide, I would have then concluded that statement by saying, and to have him come and do all that, it's only $89. Best part is we roll that into the cost of the work once you decide to get started. With that, Mr. Jones, you're all set. That's how I would have ended it. But I think it's also admirable that she was able to carry the entire conversation without the customer ever even worrying about the price. You can hear in his tone of voice at the end of the call that he trusts her, that he feels sufficiently reassured that her and her company are going to take care of the problem. That was a terrific phone call. 4 minutes, 55 seconds, almost flawless. There's 2 or 3 little things. There was one little pause in the middle of the call that I would have addressed with the CSR. She didn't present the price at the end, which I would always recommend doing. But other than that, that call was almost flawless. If every call in your company sounded like that, you'd book 85 to 90% of your calls every day. Every day. And I'm not just talking about the calls that you think are good. You know, the calls that you say, well, yeah, we don't count the calls where the customer just is price shopping, right? They're just looking for estimates. We don't count those ones. No, you should count those calls. You absolutely should count those calls because those customers have a problem and they're going to book with somebody. It should be you. You can book 85 to 90% of your calls every single day. All your calls, not just the ones you think are good, all of them, if you know how to guide and control the conversation like this CSR did. I bet this CSR has a ridiculously high booking rate. Yeah. I would also say at the end of the call, she probably could have offered additional services. You know, hey, Mr. Jones, so that you know, I noticed you're not a member of our club membership. Most of our customers join the club membership because it gives them discounts on service, gives them priority service. We do tune-ups twice a year to prevent things like this from happening in the first place. I'm wondering why you haven't joined the club membership yet. It's good stuff. All right. Let's play another call. Here we go.
It's a great plumbing.
Yes, my name is, and I've just had natural gas stubbed to the house, and I need to get the meter hooked up, but I can't do that until I have a couple drops done. I need a drop for a kitchen stove, and I need a drop for an on-demand water heater. The house has already got the plumbing required up in the attic, but I don't have a way to, I need 2 drops to get the, so I can hook up the stove and so I can hook up the on-demand gas water heater. Do you do that kind of work?
I don't know for a fact about drops, but let me ask.
Well, what I
really
need
quickly
to do is get gas to 2 locations. There's already main plumbing in the house.
Okay. Well, I do know we do have a tech who specializes with all the gas appointments that we do have. So I would assume he would be able to do that. I've never heard of drops.
Well,
that's
what they call them.
I mean? Right.
It's just a name for what needs to be done. I need gas to get to 2 places where I need it. That's all.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, I will set you up with then. He is our senior tech who's very knowledgeable with that. Let me go ahead and take some of your information real quick, Mr. What is your address?
Okay. I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10 stars, maybe 5.5. Here's why. When a customer calls you and asks you very technical questions, I'm going to be honest. I have no idea what this guy's talking about. I'm not a plumber. I work with a million different home service companies, but that doesn't mean I know all the lingo quite yet. When a customer asks you lots of very technical questions, CSRs tend to think they need to be able to have answers. And if they don't have answers, you can hear the confidence just drop. Because that's a lot of stars for that call, Sarah. Sarah puts a comment here. As I was saying, when a customer gives us a lot of technical questions, CSRs tend to think we either need to know the answers or we need to tell the customers that we don't know the answers. We're just a CSR. We're just in the office. I don't know. I've never heard that. But every time you do that, the customer's confidence in your company deteriorates. they start to think, maybe I need to call someone else who does know if they do this. Maybe it's not smart for me to take the risk with this company that doesn't seem quite sure of themselves. Your focus should always be on what you can do for the customer. If I was a CSR on this call and the customer was telling me all the things that he did about the gas lines that he needs to get hooked up so that he can have gas flow in his home, I would have said, well, Mr. Jones, my name is Zach, and you've called the right place. I can definitely get you set up with one of our service professionals. When were you hoping to get somebody out there? That's all. Let them know what I can do. And for all that is good in the world, if you are a CSR, please never, ever, ever say to the customer, I'm just a CSR. I'm just a customer service representative. I'm just in the office. I don't have that information. I'm not sure if we do that. Do not sell yourself short. If a customer says something that you don't know the answer to, or asks something you don't know the answer to, you say to that customer, you know what, Mr. Jones, that's an amazing question. My name is Zach. I actually run the office here at ABC Plumbing and control the schedule of all of our service professionals. Let me get one of them out to your home to take a look at that with you. Where are you located? Do you see the difference there? I'm not telling the customer, I don't know, or I'm not sure. I'm saying, that's an amazing question. I'd love to get one of my service professionals out there to look at that with you. I control their schedules. When were you hoping to get someone out? I run the office. I control the schedule. That is your role as a CSR. That is what you do. Do not sell yourself short. Do not tell that customer what you don't know or can't do. That's not what they call to hear. Let them know that you're going to take ownership for their problem and you're going to connect them with a solution. That's what I would say to this CSR here. Let's keep listening now.
According to your ad, you're in our zip code. Oh.
Yeah, we are in, but we,
Okay, well,
all of, and yeah, we service all of and some of Pender. And what did you?
if you're in, it's right off of, here I go again. Market. What is, not Market.
Right. Okay.
We're right out.
Yeah, so they're just gathering information right now. That's why you hear lots of pausing.
Just
We
about
cut that
a mile.
information out.
Okay, I understand. Yeah, perfect. Here we go. Is this 9 the best number to reach you with?
Yes,
Okay, perfect.
because it's got because if somebody doesn't answer the phone, leave a message.
Right, right. Alrighty. And one last thing. Do you have an email I can put in here for you?
An email?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, use.
A lot of time getting information.
Thank you very much. And this is your primary residence, correct?
Yes, it is. We
Okay,
moved
perfect.
in. We moved in the house 2.5 years ago. It was all electric house.
Oh,
I gotta make
okay, I
some-
gotcha.
Okay.
The fireplace is already plumbed, but it's running off of
Uh-huh.
propane. I'm in the process of converting it to natural gas.
Right, okay.
So I just want to hear more. I just want to hear more control here. I want to hear the CSR really own the conversation, own the customer's problem.
I can't do anything further until I.
It sounds like he's doing a lot of work.
Get the
Usually when a customer feels the need to continue giving you details about their situation as you're collecting information, right? The CSR is asking for the address, and then the customer tells her a little bit about the fireplace, asks for the email, he tells her a little bit more about the gas lines. If a customer feels the need to keep telling you things while you're typing information in the system, that means they don't feel understood yet. They don't feel sufficiently reassured that we can help. If they did, they wouldn't need to keep repeating themselves. They wouldn't need to give us more information. This is why the first thing we do on every call is ask the customer, tell me more about what's going on. Help me understand the situation. How long has it been doing that? When is the last time this happened? Has this ever happened before? When did you notice it? This is what we want to do. Get to know the situation in its fullness before you start asking for where they're located or what their address or phone number or email is. Because if you don't, then this is going to happen. The customer's going to keep adding new details as it goes along, threatening to take the call off track because he doesn't feel like you understand enough yet. So make sure that the customer feels sufficiently understood and heard before you start getting logistical information from them. Let's listen to one more.
It's a great answer.
Yeah, I was wondering how much you guys charge to come out to do a leak detection under concrete slab.
Price call.
Let me see here.
Okay. So again, lack of confidence there. Let me see. Be confident. That's a great question. I can definitely help you out with that. Tell me more. Tell me more. That's what we do.
That would be $89.95 to get someone out there.
Okay, right there. That would be $89.95 to get someone out there. No customer on earth, not even you, wants to pay $89.95 for someone to come out. Like, I'll pick the guy up myself. I'll drive in my car. I'll go over there. I'll pick him up. He can use my tools. But I'm not paying $90 so he can drive to my house. No, what we do in this situation, if a customer asks for a price immediately upon you answering the phone, like this customer did, the first thing you say is, I can definitely help you with that. Tell me more about your situation. What's going on? And then I proceed as if it's a normal call. That first call we heard, the 5-minute one where the price never even came up, I want my call to sound like that. If they ask again for the price a second time, then we can build value and follow it up with the fee. But I'm never, ever going to say to the customer, it's $89 for us to come out. Because number one, $89 covers what now? What is that for? What exactly am I getting for that? And number two, come out. Am I paying just for him to get in his car and drive there? Like, I know gas is expensive, but it's not that much. I would rather build value by saying, that's a great question. Here's what we do. First, we're going to send out a licensed plumber to your home in a fully stocked truck with all the parts and tools he needs to get started as soon as he arrives. He'll also have foot covers on to protect your floor, keep things clean. And when he gets there, he's going to perform a thorough inspection of the gas line that you're looking to get some work done on to make sure that he understands the full scope of the work and can provide you with some really great recommendations. After his inspection is done, he'll sit down with you, let you know what your options are, as well as give you upfront pricing on those options so you know exactly what it's going to take to get this job done. To have the plumber come out and do that thorough inspection with you and present you with those options, to do all that, it's only $89.95. So when were you hoping to get somebody out there? Now, all that value that I built before I present the fee, that's what the customer's paying for. That's what they're looking for. They're not looking for you to come out. They're looking for a professional with the tools that are needed to get the job done. They're looking for a thorough inspection, a professional opinion, some trustworthy and affordable options. That's what they're paying $89 for. It's not for you to come out. It's never for you just to come out. I feel like there was one other thing I was going to say on that call, but I think I'm going to leave it at that. Okay. So we had 4 phone calls. I know I told you I have 6, but we don't have enough time to get through all 6. We've got about a minute left here. Some key takeaways from this. First of all, let me know in the chat what your key takeaways are. What are you taking away from this call today that you're going to apply into your customer service next week? What lessons are you drawing from this? I know one for me personally is the thing that's really sticking out to me is the need to understand the problem before we start asking for information. Because again, if that customer feels the need to add more information as the call goes on, that means we didn't do a good enough job in the beginning of really gathering enough information. So we've got to make sure to do that. No takeaways from any of you? No comments? No lessons learned? You guys just like to watch me listen to phone calls and break them down? That's cool too. I'm all right with that. We're going to do this every single week. Well, my friends, I am grateful for the opportunity to do this show with you every week. We look forward to continuing to do this every single week, guys. This call may be recorded, is not going anywhere. We're going to continue to listen to customer service calls and coach them up live every Friday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want your phone calls critiqued, send us an email at certify, CERTIFY, @powersellingpros.com, and we'll coach up your calls on the show. In fact, 2 of the phone calls you heard today were sent to us by a company that said, hey, could you listen to my calls on the show this week? And we said, absolutely, let's do it. So if you want us to critique your phone call, send them over, and we will do that every single Friday. Last thing that I'll ask of you, if you're finding value from the show, if you're enjoying it, make sure you head on over to powerslingpros.com and request, I should say. Go to powerslingpros.com and request a free training sample to see what our ongoing customer service training programs are all about. One-time training is great, but ongoing coaching is where the real magic happens. With that, hope you'll have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next Friday on episode 10 of This Call May Be Recorded.